Hello everyone, welcome back to Anonymous World. Hope you all are doing well. So today is day 4 of Advent of Cyber 4. So let's see what we have in day 4. Okay, so day 4 is scanning through the snow. Let's start with the story. So during the investigation of the downloaded GitHub repo OSINT task, which we did yesterday, Alfrecon Macred identified the URL qa.santagift.shop. Okay, so that is probably used by all the elves with admin privileges to add or delete gifts on the Santa website. So the website has been pulled down for maintenance. Now Recon McRad is scanning the server to see how it's been compromised. So we need to help him to scan the network and find the reason for the website compromise. Okay, so let's start our machine. Now learning objective for today's task. What is scanning? Scanning types, scanning techniques, and scanning tools. Okay, so I will start my attack box 2. Okay. Now what is scanning? So it is a set of procedures for identifying live hosts, ports, and services, discovering the operating system of the target machine, and identifying some vulnerabilities or services running on the particular port. So it reveals part of the attack surface for attackers and allows launching targeted attacks to exploit the system. So there are two types of scanning. First is passive scanning. So passive scanning means scanning a network without directly interacting with the target device. Okay, so it is basically carried out through packet capture and analysis tools like Wireshark. Okay, then another one is active scanning. So it involves direct contact with the target. So it involves sending packets or queries directly to specific assets rather than passively collecting that data by catching it in transit or network traffic. Okay, then there are scanning techniques: network scanning, port scanning, vulnerability scanning. You can go through these. Okay, now next topic is scanning tools. So first one is network mapper, which is also known as Nmap. So it is a very popular, widely used tool for doing port scans, discovering network protocols, identifying running services, and detecting operating systems on live hosts. So there are various rooms on TryHackMe which you can solve to learn about Nmap, Nmap live host discovery, basic port scan, advanced port scan. So now deploy the virtual machine by clicking Start Machine at the top right of the task. Okay, so we have done that. So this is the machine Macred wants to scan. Okay, now you can access tools needed by clicking the Start Attack Box button above. So our attack box is loading. Let's wait. Okay, so now our attack box is loaded. Let's go ahead. Okay, so now type Nmap in the attack box terminal. A quick summary of important Nmap points is listed below. So first one is TCP send scan. So in send scan there is no TCP three-way handshake, and it is a little stealthier scan. So let's try this. Its flag is -s with capital S, and the IP. So our IP is 10.10.195.88, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Press enter. So okay, there are 4 ports running: 20, 80, 139, and 445. The protocol is given, TCP protocol. Then there is state is given. All the ports are open. Uh, Sometimes you can see closed also. Sometimes you can say filtered also. Then the third column is for service. So on port 22 SSH is running, on port 80 HTTP. Okay, now let's go ahead. Now second one is ping scan. So it allows scanning a live host in the network without going deeper and checking for port services, etc. So it just works like ping. Let's try this. Okay, so it tells host is up. Now with -o you can look for operating system running on the live host. Let's try that too. Okay, so the output is here. Now now the next one is detecting services. So it gets a list of running services on a live host. Okay, then next is Nikto. So Nikto is an open source software that allows scanning websites for vulnerabilities. It enables looking for subdomains, outdated servers, debug messages, etc. on a website. So the command is given nicto-host, then followed by IP address. Okay, so you can try this too. Also, you can check out a manual page for nmap, which is man nmap. You can see extra commands and flags and usage of nmap. Okay, so let's try nicto and followed by IP. Okay, so the nicto is running. I think it will take a little bit of time. Gives output one host tested. You can see Apache is running here. Apache default file found. Okay, now let's go ahead. So now Elf Recon Macret ran and map and Nicto tools against the QA server to find the list of open ports and vulnerabilities. So he noticed a Samba service is running. Now hackers can gain access to the system through loosely protected Samba share folders. Okay. So he knows that the Bandit Jetty app got a few list of admin usernames and password for qa.santa.gift shop using OSINT techniques. In previous day, you must have seen usernames and password in that GitHub repository. So now let's connect to the Samba server using the credentials we found through the source code OSINT task. So type the following command in address bar and use the following username and password. Okay, so let's start with the first question. What is the name of the HTTP server running on the remote host? Okay, so for this we need to use SV command, which is to stand for service version detection. Okay, it's in map. Okay, so what is the name of HTTP server running on remote host? So HTTP is running on 80. So we can see that Apache servers is running. Now what is the name of service running on port 22? So on port 22 SSH is running. Now what flag can you find after successfully accessing the Samba service? So you can see on port 139 1445 Samba server is running. So for that we need to go in address bar. Okay, in location SMB, then IP address 195.88. Okay, so there are three folders: admin, print, and Samba share. So we need to go in admins, registered user. So our username is Ubuntu, domain is workgroup, and password is s@nta 2022. Let's connect. Okay, so there are two files, flag.txt and userlist.txt. So now we need to enter the flag. So it's thm Santa SMB server. Now what is the password for the username Santa HR? So it must be in another file, userlist.txt. So Santa HR, it's Santa25. Okay, so now if you want to learn more scanning techniques, we TryHackMe have a module dedicated to Nmap. You can check that out. So that's all for day 4. I will see you tomorrow in day 5. Till then, keep learning.